In this video, we're going to take a look at the potentiometer, which is the variable resistor. So a good place to start would be to take a look at the examples and see what commands are in their sample code to talk to the potentiometer. So we'll go to this analog section here, and we will look at this analog input code. So note here in the comments, they talk about the potentiometer and its 3 pins. So the center pin shall go to the analog pin, which is analog input 0. And then either side of the potentiometer wants to go to power and ground. So to get a better idea what that looks like, we can look at this picture here. And here's the knob. In our case, we have this red wire right here, which is on one side, and then the black wire, which is on the other side. So that correlates to this red and black. And then their wire is blue. Ours is white here. So let's plug that in. So let's zoom in and take a look at how we're going to do this. Note that I don't have the board powered up while I'm doing this. We want to be careful to not short anything out. Okay, so the black goes into the ground, and the red or orange goes into the 5 volts, like so. And then we're going to go our signal wire, which is our white one, into A0. And you can see that right there. Okay, so we'll double check that. We got orange in the 5 volts, ground on the black wire, and then the signal wire is the white. Okay, that looks good. So now that I'm sure that I've got it hooked up right, I'm going to power up the board. And let's take the code we have here and let's compile it and run it on the board. Notice that the LED pin is still 13, which is our internal LED. I'm sorry, the onboard LED. And this sensor value is what is going to, this is a variable down here, which is going to be assigned a value from this analog read function. So let's go take a look and see what that does. So go back here to the home page, and remember it's in learning and reference. Okay, so there we go. So analog read. So you can read about this, but essentially what it does is it takes a voltage from 0 to 5 volts on that A0 pin, and it generates through an onboard analog to digital converter a value from 0 to 1023. So let's go back to our code. And it takes that value, assigns it to sensor value, which is a variable that we've defined up here. We initialized it to 0. But now it takes on this new value. And then we write the LED high, and then we wait sensor value amount of time, and then we write it low. So what's going to happen is the LED is going to start toggling at a rate that is related to the value we read on the analog pin. So if I twist the knob, you can see here, twisting it, the rate slowing down. Let's zoom in on that. If I twist it the other way, it seems to get faster. And it's hard to tell because you know, the rate of the camera is 60 hertz, and we're probably near that, so you're not going to see the full high-speed flashing, but I can tell you that it's very, very high-speed flashing right there. So what's really going on inside the code? This sensor value is getting a value from analog read. The value is somewhere from 0 to 1023, but we don't really know what that number is. All we see is an LED that's flashing. So it'd be kind of nice to view that value. And so we're going to do that in the next video.